Hello, hello, hello. It's me again. It's Real Talk with Amira. Today, I'm going to be talking about relationships. Danielle, one of my daughters, she said that would be a good topic. I really don't think so because I do have issues with relationships, but I'm going to do it because I feel uncomfortable with it. So, that's probably something I need to do. Things you feel uncomfortable with that will push you and motivate you to do something different, that might be something you need to start doing. So, relationships. Ooh, we need to start teaching our children young about relationships and interactions and sex education, all of that. Teenage pregnancy, we probably could cut that in half if you talked about sex and relationships with your children, boys and girls. That's a whole nother story. I was a teenage mother, but excuse me, a lot of that could be prevented if we just talk about the things we need to talk about. So, relationships. If you listen to that word, it says relate, similar. How do you relate to the other sex? How do you relate when you want to have a friendship or you want to have a relationship with someone? A lot of us say we want a relationship, but you don't really want a relationship. You might just want sex. Some people just say, hey, I want sex. I would much rather value that than you come to me telling me you want a relationship and you really just want sex. I would value that much more. Hey, that's a good thing. Let me know what you really want and be honest. A lot of people say they want a relationship and they just want a replacement mom, a replacement dad. You just want somebody to fill the role that somebody else was doing. That's not a relationship. Go hire a maid, go hire a babysitter, go hire a nanny. That's not cool. People get into relationships for a lot of things these days. The younger generation, it's a whole lot going on. People get into relationships to showboat. You get into a relationship with somebody that has money or can, buy you things. And that's it. That's all they do. They can't do anything else. They can't, talk to you, comfort you, support you. All they can do is buy something for you. That's not a relationship. Are you crazy? And if you're just in a relationship for sex, that's not a relationship. That's sex. People, try to talk to you. Oh, I want to be your man. I want to do this. I can do this for you. I can do that for you. I can do blah, blah, blah. Well, dang. What do I want? Have you even asked me? What the hell do I want? Have you even asked me what I want? Absolutely not. No. Doesn't matter what I want. It's all about you. That's never going to go nowhere. You're not even talking to me. You're talking to yourself. Just go get in the mirror and talk to yourself. Relationships. I see you see some marriages that they're still together, but I don't really see nothing. I don't really see nothing with it. And I think a lot of people stay together because they don't want to destroy that that vision that everybody sees. They don't want to destroy that picture, that perfect picture. And I have known people who are totally unhappy, still married. Yeah, you have a 20-year marriage, but you're miserable. So why are you still in it? Why can't you get out of it? A lot of people stay married for their children because you got somebody pregnant. But my thing is, what you're showing your children is a loveless marriage, unpassionate. There's nothing there. We just go to work and make sure you guys are happy, but we're not happy. And what are you teaching them? Teaching children see by what you do. You know, they're not necessarily listening, but what you do, how you act, everybody sees what you're doing. Relationships. Ab- People stay in abusive relationships, domestic violence, and it doesn't have to be, someone hitting on you or, putting their hands on you. It can be mental abuse. Mental abuse. The way they talk to you, the things they do. Someone can threaten you and not say a word. Mental abuse. Verbal abuse. They can threaten you and tell you they're going to kill you, do this, whatever. That's verbal abuse. They don't have to touch you, but they're trying to instill fear in you from what they're saying. And I have experienced that. Not a pretty picture, No one wants to feel fearful with someone you think you love, because I don't think that's really love. If you love somebody that treats you like that, that's not love. And then you have people that tell you they want a relationship, and that's really not what they want. Oh yes, I want this. I want to be married. I want Bob. That's really not what they want. Why would someone tell you that when you're being open and honest with them, and that's not what they want? Yeah, and I wish people would just be clear. This is what I want. This is what's on my mind right now. I would love to make love to you. Okay, I can receive that. We can work with that. But don't tell me you want to be in a relationship and, you know, make something, in the future. And that's really not what you want. I love honesty. I love people being honest with me. Men, women, jobs, the grocery store, whoever, car dealerships. Be honest with me. I respect that. Friends, strangers. I remember I give to the homeless. If I have it in my pocket and I can feel it, see it, reach it, I give. One man said, I'm not working. My girlfriend is upset that I can't bring anything home. And that's why I'm out here trying to get some money. Boy, here you go. You told me the truth. I honor that. I respect that. But people in relationships these days, not all of them. Some of them do, and I think some of them think you're telling me the truth, but you're really not telling me the truth. And a lot of times people can tell me something and I'll hear something completely different in my head. And I don't know if that's the spirit telling me or my intuition, but I understand a lot. And people are not telling me the truth. Relationships. Who wants to be in a relationship? A lot of people do want relationships. You want a good relationship, but you have to be a good person. You have to be. There's certain things that people expect when they're in a relationship. And that's one thing that we need to find out. What are your expectations? What are my expectations? You want this, I want that. It's totally different. This is not gonna work. We're not gonna try to hit the hammer in a square or a circle. It does not gonna work. But I think honesty would help a lot of relationships. We see all this social media and um, real TV. What do they call that? Can't think of it. I don't watch a lot of TV. But it's not real. And no, I see a lot of people there on these TV shows where I did this, I did that, I fought this person. I don't want to be like that. I've had a lot of stuff going on this past year. I don't want to be like that. That's not me. Either we are going to have a real relationship and we're going to honor each other. We're going to talk to each other. We're going to communicate. We're going to cooperate. We're going to understand each other. We're going to help each other. It's so many things. Anything else? I don't want it. You don't know what you want? Move on. I'm fine by myself. I'm perfectly good by myself. I know a lot of people say they get lonely. Well, I have 5 daughters, so I don't know if I've ever been lonely since I was about 16. But you don't have to be lonely. I talk to myself all the time. I watch movies. I read a book. Go outside. Talk to my kids. Why are you lonely? Talk to God. No reason to be lonely. Not for something that has not benefited you. I'm good. And that is my take on relationships. I don't know how long this is. I'm in the dark right now. But talk to your children about relationships. Talk to your kids. There are certain expectations for men and women. And I don't know if those are always right or correct, but both of us should be doing, the minimums of things. Working, being educated, not necessarily school education, life education, being respectful, honorable, not just expecting something from someone else when you're not even doing it. So let's teach our children better because that's where it starts. We all were kids. I was a child and I wasn't taught anything about relationships, anything about money. Teach your children about the things that you had issues with. That will make this world a whole better place. When they're having issues with their relationship, let's talk about it. Let's not fight about it. Let's talk about it. Let's not go fight about it, shoot about it. Let's talk about it. Let's sit down and talk about it. You got a problem with me? Come talk to me. And I try to do that in certain ways. It may not always be acceptable, but I try. And people think it's funny, or I'm trying to tell you how I'm feeling about this situation. And that's fine if you don't honor it or you don't understand it, but I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you how I'm feeling. And sometimes people say feelings are not important, but they are important. This is how I'm feeling right now. At least receive that much, then we can talk some more and understand it. But that's my talk on relationships. Don't forget about my $200 giveaway. If I do not complete this by Saturday, a podcast every day. Please like, comment, share. Put your Cash App in the comments. Nobody put their Cash App in the comments, so I really could just stop and keep on $200. But everyone, have a great night. This is Real Talk with Amiri.